The second major difference in the way we humanize dogs is this. So if I talked at the camera like this the entire time and I never made eye contact with camera, or you never made eye contact with somebody you were having a conversation with, you would think that was rude, right? Because humans are taught from a very early age that if you're conversing with somebody, you should be making eye contact. However, if you understand dogs at all, dogs communicate through three primary ways: a lot through body language, through vocalization, and through eye contact. So they obviously can't say, hey, you, come here. So to a dog, eye contact from a human or from another animal means three kind of basic things, to summarize. It means either they're fighting, in which body language would be very indicative of that. They're playing, in which the dogs would be play bowing, stalking stance, doing something to indicate that they're not threatening and that they're trying to engage in play. Or the third one is for summoning. So if they're trying to say, hey, you get over here, they'll look at them and that brings them over. So a lot of times when we are working with our dogs, we tend to stare, or we tend to overly focus on our dogs. So if, for example, if you were going to disagree with behavior, let's say you were doing boundary control and you wanted to back a dog up from a front door to prevent them from door darting, right? I like to use the word back. I make myself look big. I'm able to push the dog back without having to use my body. Now, from a dog's perspective, if I said back and my body looked big, like I was claiming the space, but I'm looking at them, I'm giving a ton of mixed messages, right? So they're going to say, ooh, that must be her. She doesn't want that. But then they're going to look at my eyes and they're going to be like, well, are we fighting? Are we playing? Are you summoning me? So we give a whole lot of confusion. So especially when you're going to disagree with a dog's behavior, I find it works best to not make eye contact. So in the same door boundary example, if I said back and I remove my eye contact from them, now it becomes very clear to the dog that I don't want them in this back space. And there's no misinterpretation or reading between the lines. Eye contact is also a really important thing to think about with an aggressive dog or even a fearful dog, especially fearful dogs nowadays. So if a dog is overly fearful, and even if they're barking at you, but they're not being very confident or they're backing away, a lot of humans get nervous and they think that dog's going to bite them. And so they'll stare at the dog. They'll stare at him. You're only going to be provoking that dog even further. On the opposite hand, with an aggressive dog, I walked into houses with plenty of aggressive dogs. The last thing I'm going to do is square my shoulders up and stare confidently at that dog. That is me challenging that dog to a fight, and that's definitely not something I want to do. So for an aggressive dog, I will turn sideways, I will get a little bit lower, right? And I will make sure not to make direct eye contact while tossing treats to try and show that I'm there to be friendly, I'm there to give them stuff and kind of dissipate the energy in the room. So first major humanization is touch rewards behavior, and second major humanization is eye contact. Now we're going to move on to the third major way we humanize our dogs.